Hello, everybody, and welcome to the party. I am your Dungeon Master for this evening. We are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition. This is a homebrew world. I made it because I could. Whether or not that's a good thing, beside the point. Before I jump in and introduce myself properly and these other peoples around the screen you can see, Welcome to the Party is sponsored by some very lovely people, and you should go and check out them as well, as they make a lot of what we do possible. We are sponsored by Tabletop Loot. They have great dice. Go check it out. You will lose all of your money forever. We are also sponsored by Devon Rue, Mistress of Maps. She is a fantastic person. If you don't know who she is, she does all the cartography for. I don't know if many people have heard of it. It's apparently like a kind of big show, but Critical Role, is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. But it's a thing apparently. So,
considering their Kickstarter has almost 8 million and they still have 25 of the 40 days left to go.
Jeez.
I think they're pretty big.
They've gotten to the point where Matt Mercer, for anyone who doesn't watch, I don't know why you're listening, and is consistently, he's like, no, stop giving it, go elsewhere. There's other people, like the last, starting the last two shows.
He's like,
been like,
this is amazing. Now go help other people too.
Yeah, now spread the love.
Yeah, like us. No, it's good. I acknowledge
does their maps, and it's amazing stuff.
Yeah, so Devon Rose, another one of our sponsors. She has a Patreon. It's great. You can get all kinds of great, cool stuff. And we're also sponsored by So Nerdwear. They do amazing t-shirts and cups and all kinds of stuff. And that is run by So Matty Games. He does all kinds of stuff. He's got a talk show he does, and he does a bunch of streams himself. Go check that out. It's wonderful stuff. Also, you should check out Welcome to the Party's Patreon. Link should be down below. You can also put the command in the little twitchy chitty chat, the exclamation point Patreon, and a thing will pop up giving you information about it. We've already reached our first goal, which was pretty impressive. If we're trying to push to the next one, and then we can get like artwork and things like that. And eventually, I might start getting paid. So
that would be
I mean, not like real money, just like token, like here you go.
That's still really cool to get paid to do something you enjoy doing and are willing to do for free.
Exactly. If I get paid $3, I don't care. It's like that is $3 I didn't have, and I got paid it for putting on a stupid voice and telling you about imaginary dragons. So
wait, there's a dragon tonight?
Maybe. I don't know.
No.
He hasn't decided yet.
I probably should have planned that before the game
make it
started,
up as I go along. So yes, go check all of those sponsors out. They are wonderful. Go check out Welcome to Party's Patreon, and obviously Twitter, Twitch, Discord, link down below. Hey, who am I? Who is this person talking to you? Bardic Knock. I'm here every week. Whether or not people not even invited or anything, I just show up. I'm just here.
That is a lie. You were invited.
No, it's true.
He was here long before he was invited, though. It was just kind of allow them to make him feel normal,
It is alarming that we have been on the channel now for over a year. We are the longest running game.
Wow.
Shit, are we?
Really?
Yeah. We are the longest running consistent game.
Oh,
Nice.
now I feel warm and fuzzy.
Which game ended that was running longer than us? One of Throck's games?
One of Throck's games ran for a while, but
one of the 17 of Throck's games?
He doesn't run 17. He does lots of shorter games.
He
though.
has run 17 with years.
Actually run 17. Jesus Christ.
Because I've been on 2 of them.
Yeah.
Best not to kill us off then, so we can continue being the longest running. Just putting that in your mind there.
Yeah, so we've been here the longest, therefore we're the best. That's how it works, right?
Well said.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say, really, about me. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. Just Bardic Knock. Patreon, give me money, please. Players. Archer, who are you?
I am Archer of the Eye, and I am playing Keldor, the Null Knight. / Scout.
And below you, we have... Archer, on the stream, you've got Cody and TJ in the wrong boxes.
Whoops! I knew I did something wrong. They got switched around when TJ
I'm TJ and I'm a Canadian. Basically, I walk outside every morning to feed my moose, and then I roll around in the snow. And once I'm all done with that, I go to the maple syrup factory and think about all of this prime minister thing, apparently.
Okay. And, Cody, what's it like being in Texas?
He's frozen.
That face.
Has TJ's screen actually frozen, or is he just paused?
That might just be frozen.
That's frozen. It's perfect.
He's so mad.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
There
you're
he is.
back.
I will not stand for the casual racism against my people that is acceptable on this network. Now, for my impression of Cody. Howdy, y'all. I'll just be out taking the chillins to the school. That's as far as I got.
Oh my god.
Aldern.
All right.
To be
So,
fair, I did have Andy Griffith on the background for about maybe every single day this week.
Oh, it's so painful.
And I'll have it known that it is not a generic moose. His name is Maple.
Oh.
Of course it is.
is his second name Leaf?
No, it's his middle name. Jesus.
Okay, you're in the right boxes now. Waste of time. TJ, who are you?
Oh.
I am TJ, the resident Canadian, playing Flick, our lovable halfling rogue. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
about right.
That all made sense. I said those words in the right order. Yay!
And we also have the actual Cody, who's going to tell us about himself.
Good to meet y'all. My name is Cody. I play Kid the Dark Horse, the Eldritch Knight, for every single one of you who in the last session was played by Archer, and in this process
Oy.
he caused a disc to appear, electrocuted a rock, and just in general did not care whenever the lizard man who he wanted to use as a bomb was taken by the wind.
I mean, to be fair, that
That
rock
wasn't
was
character.
asking for it.
The rock was asking for it.
Mm.
Oh
I
god.
mean, it's debatable if you made it better or worse, because you stopped a rock from, you stopped a whole boulder, but then you hit everybody with smaller rocks.
That's fine. Not every plan is perfect, but at the end of the day, you can accept what are acceptable losses.
No one was
Exactly.
entirely crushed. That's really what
Exactly.
we're going for here. Only partial crushage.
And then we have Rebecca. Rebecca, who are you? And are you okay?
Interesting question. I'm Rebecca. I play Primrose Behalf Orc Bard. Yes? Question mark?
Are
I love
any
the
of us
question mark.
okay?
I'm not as
Really?
sick as before, so yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's. However, are you still teething with anxiety over this nonsense I'm putting you all through?
Oh no, I'm not. I told him I'm not anxious about that.
Not anxious
Mm.
about almost dying every 2 seconds. Not at all.
Yeah.
That was fun, but also fun.
Let's just say I needed to lie down afterwards.
You want to know the best part? I made up every single mechanic on the spot for that.
You
Yeah?
I had the idea. I knew what I wanted you to do. I was like, I'm just gonna make this up as I go. Screw it.
God
It
damn.
worked. It really works.
And finally, he's not on a giant flying metal bird today.
At least we assume
right-
he's not.
He's right
He
here.
might be a giant metal bird, for all we know.
Potentially, we've never seen him.
Well, I was going to say he's
Well-
right here live in the studio. I mean, not mine. He's in a studio, or office, or living room, or nest.
Somewhere with a microphone. So
He's somewhere with a
literally
microphone
anywhere
and a
in the world
computer.
today?
Don't blink.
Yes. Hello. I am firmly on the ground. No flying for me today, but yes, I'm Don't Blink. I play Vaco. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
The
who you play.
sorcerer. And for all the viewers out there, if you go and search for the Benny Hill theme while we play D&D, it will make everything
Put it on loop.
10 times better.
I mean, remember last session? You're crazy, like actually certifiably insane, like loss of sanity. He is not a stable dwarf. He decided, I'm gonna turn into a rhino and run around in a flaming village.
Oh right, I forgot that part.
You think that's crazy? Me and Flick started walking towards the fire.
No, we started walking into the fire. Clarification. We were walking towards the fire in ring 1. We're walking through the fire in ring 2. We are well and truly walking into the fire in ring 3.
So,
Hill theme on loop, please.
would one say that you are going through the fire and flames?
No, they wouldn't. They'd sing it.
No.
No. Alrighty. So everybody's introduced. I said stuff about welcome to the party. You can also subscribe to Welcome to the Party here on Twitch. Click a little button, make a thing happen. It'll make you feel good about yourself, and you'll be giving to a wonderful, wonderful cause. You also get emotes, things to throw all over Twitch, like WTTP D20, Michael at Mimic, or Crits on the Rocks. It's all good. You can also donate bits. We take them. For 500 bits, we will reward you by letting you, the viewer, decide something. You know, give someone a crit, give someone maximum damage, give someone a small token to make them maybe not die, or give it to me and I'll kill them. Or try to. Or for 1,000 bits, if you want to just make it rain, you know, you can change the world in a much larger way. You know, whatever idea you have, suggest it, and I'll go, I like it. I've got the chat right there. I'm looking at it. I'm seeing it. We can make things happen. All you need to do is give me money.
That's all.
There's a reason. I'm not allowed to be a salesperson or do politics. Ugh, yikes, that would not be a fun thing. So, Dungeons and Dragons. What are we doing?
Almost the
Well,
same as politics.
Yeah, you know, might as well be. So, where were we, everybody? Well, last session,
Rhino.
Yeah, there was a rhino. I mean, it was a dwarf, but then it was a rhino.
Who really cares about the dwarf when there's a rhino?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and something about like wind. I don't know. That was basically it, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Actual recap for anybody who missed it. Team Chimichanga, composed of Flick, Varco, Prince Angus McFife, Sanzalar, the Elf Ranger, and Rillathor, the Dwarf Druid. You can now assume he's a Druid. And then 2 other NPCs, being Heroes the Minotaur, and it wasn't Matilda. Matilda's the dead one. What was the other lizard folk?
Michael.
Michael. That's it. Thank you. Decided to go and investigate a burning village. It's been on fire for over a month. It's weird. Really weird. The fire tries to talk to you and encourage you to go and stand in it. And there appears to be some weird time looping thing going on. where poor, tortured souls repeatedly live out the final moments of their life over and over and over and over. And if
Now
you
we know what
distract them,
Flip's doing here.
they throw fire at you. So it's weird. So that's what they're doing. Meanwhile, Team Cherry Tree walked a mile through razor-sharp winds. They lost Matilda. Matilda died. But everybody else got to the end of the Valley of Gales, only to get a rather large, rather scary-looking lightning bolt-shaped spear thrown at their feet by a very intimidating, very beautiful-looking flying woman. So who should we start with? Which team? Probably going to do the same thing as last time, about 20 minutes and then switch to the other team.
Chimichanga.
Well, I hear Rebecca saying start with Chimichanga. Does anyone want to refute that?
I'm up for it.
Alrighty. Team
Changa's
Chimichanga.
ready to chimmy.
Varco and Flick, you have been protected by some wonderful magic spells by Varco.
Yeah.
Which means the fire is probably not going to hurt you as much. Meanwhile, Relifor, turned into a rhino, has been mounted by Sansalar and Angus, and they're running around in circles, acting as a distraction for you.
Mm-hmm.
You were in the second ring and making your way into the third. That's correct, right?
I believe that's about where we were.
Alrighty. As I stated last time, the third ring, that's kind of got... There's a few more patrols out and about, but once again, you either think you can sneak past them, or if you figure you wait long enough, your distraction might come round and help you. Depends on...
Are we invisible?
I think you are invisible. Varco, did you cast invisibility as well as the protection?
That is correct. Yeah, I didn't want to be even with the distraction. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was in 100%.
I just couldn't remember if did you cast it or did we? No, because we didn't cast it yet because we were waiting for it. Because it's only 7 minutes, right?
Double check on that. Yeah, 1 minute per level.
Yeah, I think you said it was. Yeah, so we only had 7 or 8 minutes, and then I said we should hold on to it for when we really need it. So we were progressing through the fire without it, at last I recall.
Oh, I didn't have any cast. I just used 2 resist energy according to my sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've not cast it yet.
Yeah. Yet.
All right. Cool. Alrighty. So, how do you want to proceed as you head towards the third ring of this village? Just to
Burning ring of fire.
Yeah, just to explain it
good,
to anybody who may or may not remember. It's not a large village, maybe 50 buildings in grand total, but it was built in a circular pattern. So in the center there is one large building, and then around it there's other buildings, and it basically formed 5 rings.
Mm-hmm.
They're all on fire, as you do. The fire is worse as it goes deeper in. Ring 1 was barely on fire, and there wasn't really anybody around investigating it. Ring 2, a little bit more on fire, and there was a few disparate groups of people, people, let's call them, because they're probably not alive. Well, you have actively killed one, and then killed it again.
Several times, yeah.
And again. And again. It just keeps coming back and going, well, I don't know, Terry. Ugh.
So if they are alive, this really sucks for them.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
We know that, guys.
Some sort of punishment.
Some kind of divine punishment. Because only a god could be so sadistic.
We're probably that powerful.
Yeah, also that.
Seems like
Very
a fuck of a
that.
spell. Yeah.
I mean, this would be wish level spell.
Yeah.
That's a wish level spell that's either worded extremely carefully or very badly.
Yeah. Somebody didn't think about what they were wishing for.
I want to live forever in the final moments of my glory, the height of my power.
Jesus Christ.
That would do it. That really
Yeah.
would do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Jesus.
bit.
Oh, this is giving me so many.
Yeah, you were never more powerful than the 1.5 seconds before you were horribly burned to a cinder.
Mm.
Some might say you were less powerful for every moment afterwards.
Yes. Some might.
So, Volko Flick, how are you proceeding?
Sneakily.
Slowly.
If I smile cheesily enough, does that get us past more guards?
I don't know. I think that's a decision for dice, don't you?
Did you
Sure.
please the dice gods with your
Did I?
cheeky smile?
Probably not. I'd probably unpleased the dice god. Okay, so all right. So the way I want to do this is we are not invisible. So we're gonna do it sort of like tag. Like I'm gonna sneakily move up the 10, 15, 20 feet to the thing, check that it's all clear, and then motion back to Vako to come up when I know that there's not someone within easily hearing distance of him.
Sorry, I've just realized something, because I've not really thought about it until right this moment.
What's that?
Spudnik.
What about Spudnik?
Did he get protection from fire spell?
Spudnik is a fire-based dragon.
He should be immune to it.
Well, that's it. You know, we've done a. I don't think I ever actually wrote up a stat block for Spudnik, so I don't know if I gave him that. You know, because we basically just said,
True.
"Hey, pseudo dragon, replace poison breath with fire breath."
Yeah,
Done.
we did do that. I did not take into account whether he actually has fire immunity or not.
I would assume you'd have to be able to breathe fire. Otherwise, you would take damage every time you breathe fire.
Right?
You know what? There is sound logic. You know, because I'm just trying to. Although, you know, take your dragon shaman, for example, from our one shot. Was
They
he immune
actually
to
do
fire?
They get resistance to it.
All right, so he's got at least resistance. Yeah, you know what? For threes, Spudnik's fine. I can't be. That's a little too much hassle. It literally just popped into my head. And go. Yeah, that's
Fair
fine.
enough.
In my head, how can I screw this?
Yeah. Real quick.
I do have multiple casts of resist elements, so if I hear Spudnik sitting there screaming for agony,
You probably do
Hey,
something
what's-
about it. I got
what's
you.
wrong with your dragon?
Oh, he's just melting.
God.
That went dark.
Note to self: melt people in DM campaigns.
No, please don't.
Alrighty. So, Flick.
All right.
Sneakity sneaks. Do your
Yes.
rolls.
Actually roll it. Don't just go to the thing and then get distracted by talking about other stuff.
Nat
Okay.
1.
Wow.
With
That's a good start.
Freaking what?
I may have plus 19 to my move silently.
Okay. I mean, it is probably the most delicately stealthy. Yeah, it's not like you're like, from. I think it's more like you would sneak somewhere really effectively and then stub your toe and go, ow!
Yeah. I see that happening.
It's just
Ow!
like you just like trip over a thing and go poof.
Right at the end.
You
Yeah.
snuck really well, but you accidentally knocked over a pot when you got there.
That's a
It's like in the anime when they get there and they're standing there and there's no momentum left and then their legs just go out from under them for no reason whatsoever.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jurassic Park 1 with the velociraptors where the pot on the wall just with a ladle.
All right. So, as you proceed from the second ring towards the third, if it wasn't for Varko's spell right now, you would be feeling a big wave of this heat. Like you go,
Yep.
this is warm. We're getting close.
Are clothes still on us? Like the fire's not gonna burn them off. Just
You can definitely see that your clothes are. I'm assuming the spell protects what you're wearing as well. You know, it'd be a bit ludicrous, but literally it protected you.
well, I've seen
Run
some
through the
DMs.
flames, come out
I've
naked.
seen some DMs. Just wanted to double check.
But you would see signs of your clothes like starting very, very lightly to singe. You know, basically an indication that this fire is starting. Like you've got a decent amount of protection, Varko. You know you're a pretty damn good spellcaster. You can protect against a lot. You know, you could cast a spell on yourself and you could stand in a fire for a good long time. You know, you could just stand in a campfire and it'd be fine. The fact that you are starting to see that, like, okay, the sleeves on my arms are about to singe. Okay, my trousers, there's a little bit of smoke coming off them there. This is starting to get intense, but even with the protection, it's gonna start to hurt eventually.
Uh-oh.
And
You've
still got
it's supposed to do that. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of this I can take when it actually starts burning.
Don't worry, you won't feel a thing.
You're right, because I'll be dead. I won't feel anything after that.
As I take another swig of the Frost Giant ale, which would be
This
my
is your
third. Yes.
Fortitude save.
Getting drunk in the fire with lots of alcohol.
He's
a
turning
good thing
himself
this is-
into a little bomb.
No.
Oh no.
I should have listened to that nat one I got earlier and not forced another roll on important
Okay,
stuff.
so just out of curiosity, what do you think that you are currently hiding in? You know, you've got loads of stuff. There's buildings that are burning. You know, you could just imagine a very elfy village, but it's on fire. So, what kind of things do you imagine are in said village?
I'm assuming like a cart on the side of the road, like a wagon or something that someone was selling stuff out of that I hid behind.
Yeah, definitely. That's there. I mean, it's on fire, but it's there.
Yeah.
So, you're
That is everything.
you're there. I don't know if you need to crouch or not. You go, yeah. You've felt this before. You have felt what happens when you take one swig too many.
Ow!
And you feel it brewing in the pit of your stomach. You feel this gut-wrenching cold as sorry, as you then feel it almost like a physical lump crawl up into your ribs, gather in your throat, and your throat has just said nope, 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 nope. Where do you aim this?
Right across the road, not at Vaco.
Okay.
Dang.
So, as you turn and you go, "Ugh," this wonderfully grotesque, concoction. I was just trying to think of words, and everything went, nope, 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 that's not a word. This wonderfully grotesque concoction of the things you've eaten, which is mainly booze, of the last day, decide to drop themselves at your feet. However, along with this, a rather refreshing and quite pleasant chilly breeze comes emanating from you. And it is so potently cold that for 10 feet around you, in a beautiful little radius, because you vomited like at your feet, basically, all the fires have been extinguished. You put out the fire with your vomit. It smells disgusting.
I mean, it's spearmint moonshine. You wouldn't expect it to smell all that good.
I'm How many times you can say that as a DM in your life?
Moonshine.
I mean,
really?
Just to try and get across how disgusting this smell is. Okay, most of you are in America. TJ, you'll have to be like I am and pretend that you understand what we're talking about. On a warm day,
Yes.
like a real warm, close, sticky, awful day, the kind of day where everyone goes, hey, what'd be a great idea? Let's go to like a fun fair or something stupid. Let's go outside more and be around lots of people in a close environment. And then somebody's sick.
Sounds like me having growing up when I was a kid. One of the things you never did is you never chewed some gum before we walked into the Farron house. You walked into the Farron house when you had some gum in there. Trust me, all that scent in the air and that smell of whatever gum you're chewing mixes, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah. So,
for all y'all don't know, Farron house, that's where you take pigs to go have babies.
That just made me feel
well, it isn't just a smell in the air. There's actual fecal matter floating around. So it's getting into your gum.
Those pigs can't move.
Okay, nope. Apologies to anyone eating right now. I am sorry.
We've been talking about vomit for the last 5 minutes.
Yes, he made me vomit in game, and I made him vomit in real life.
You've got that wonderful stench of vomit on a hot day
because you're surrounded minty freshness.
Yeah, combined with in fact, it's probably heightened because there is a weird minty, chilling, cool freshness to this frost giant liquor. So
you ever accidentally swallowed Listerine?
So your sinuses are clear. Clear that you can smell that, the burning hair, just everything that's on fire. So you're also probably getting a lot of smoke in there as well. You're getting smoky, warm vomit.
So I put my flask back in my jacket, and I put my wet rag back over my face, and then I pull a little jar out of my pocket and I open it up with a little bit of salve, and I pull it up and I rub a big smear under my nose underneath the wet rag, and I just start. It looks more or less like I'm huffing under the rag, just huffing the cream that I put under my own nose to cover up the smell. It was like,
I don't know about this, Marco.
Yeah, I just kind of like gently pat Flick on the back. I don't want to hit him too hard, or else I think I might make him vomit again.
This place is really fucking me up. All right, I guess we keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just make sure that Flick's always in front of me.
Yeah. Flick, as you're trying to catch your breath and all of that, can you make a will save for me, please?
Oh boy. My other strongest save. That is a 23, yeah.
There we go. For a moment during all of that, you've had to like stand up, and you realize you had stopped doing your very intelligent, I am not going to look directly at any fire, because then it tries to talk to you. So I'm assuming during all of that, you're busy emptying your contents. You found yourself staring directly into a flame. However, before it could form, it looked as if it was about to start trying to form a shape. You could see like a vague shape in the fire. But, you're on it enough. You are, no, that's not real. I'm going to go look at my feet. They're so little. So, unfortunately, you have made a decent amount of noise. thankfully, you know that even if people have heard you, there is nobody immediately close by enough to this location that you would probably have time to move away from here before anything could really catch up to you just right away. I mean, you wouldn't be able to push on into the next ring, but, you know, looking around going, all right, there's enough time to move from this exact location before anything could catch up to us. But we'd have to be stealthy about it. We'd have to be hidden.
Okay. Well, how many times can you cast invisibility?
Let's see.
Like once on each of us, right? Can you do it twice on each of us? That'll give us a lot more time to get into this place in the middle.
Yeah, I could do it. I could do it twice.
Okay. Then I think as we move into this next area where the fire is a lot more intense, we should just cast it on us immediately. And we should not try and hide, and we should move down the center of everything so that we can stay as far away from the fire and move as quickly as possible.
Okay, Vaka will be prepared to cast first invisibility on Flick, and then invisibility on himself.
Oh,
Okay.
Really?
So,
Wonderful.
hand signals. If I give you a 1, it means come on up, big boy. If I give you a 2, it means cast a spell. If I hold my hand up like this, it means stay where you are. Okay?
Quick question. Can invisible people see other invisible people?
No.
No, but we're not invisible yet.
Okay.
He hasn't cast it yet.
Got
He
it.
said he's readying. He's readying the spell. Yeah.
Yeah, Shogun. I saw that. We just cheered 500 bits. Shogun, you know what you get to do. Shogun is a wonderful friend.
We know what he gets to do.
Please don't let us die.
He gets
Well,
to give
he
Bardic.
likes to kill us.
Just likes to always give it to Bardic.
Yeah. I have all of these written down in my little book.
You never use them.
Because I'm saving them.
Yes.
Yes, for the final battle.
Yeah, the final battle, it's going to be 100% crits.
We should make
Yeah,
a rule to
we
where
should-
you have to use it in that same session.
We should start retroactively using one extra one per session.
Well, I held
Run
one
him
for
out.
about 2 sessions, so.
We're gonna.
holding on to them because every great once in a while I get one. I always want to use it right away.
Right.
Well, that's
gonna-
it. Yeah.
We're gonna fight like a fucking luck dragon or something that does nothing but roll crit successes and max damage on everything.
Yep, it goes to Bardic. Not even slightly surprised.
Yeah.
There we go. You just had to do that laugh. Alrighty. So, sorry, Flick. Totally interrupted you. You were giving your hand signal rules.
It's all good. I got through the 3 that I could think of that seem important right now.
All right. So, you making a break for it before anything comes and finds you?
Yeah, I'm gonna head off quickly, and I'm gonna say, only stay one step behind me.
Stay one step behind me because we're gonna move quick. So, yeah, just do that, okay? And
Oh, okay.
do keep checking behind us a little bit. And if you have to, yell at me, but don't if you don't have to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And by yell, I mean like whisper just loud enough for me to hear.
Okay.
Okay, so we. All right, we are going to proceed.
And I run off to the next section. And what am I rolling for this? Move silently again.
Make this
Are
a
we-
hide.
Okay. Are we at the third ring yet, or are we still?
Yeah, this is
approaching?
you are in the third
This is
ring.
the
This
boundary of the
is
third ring.
traveling through this. You won't get through it in one go because that'd make it a bit easy. So
Yeah. Okay, so if we've gotten to the boundary, then I think that's where I want Vako to cast the spell.
All right. Cool.
So, I'll do the
Um,
hand motion back to him to cast invisibility on the two of us.
just so I can make sure off the top of my head,
Yeah.
your resist energy
Mm-hmm.
is giving you resist energy 20, yes?
Correct. For the first
Alright.
point of, like, the first 20 damage of each, like, damaging thing that hits.
Each damage source.
Yeah, so, like, if the first round we take, like, 18 damage, we don't take any. But if the second round, then from another source of damage comes in, and we take 22 points of damage, only 2 points of damage.
Yeah, that's why I was just double checking.
Yeah.
Because as you are doing this push, well, I'll tell you what happens. Yeah, you know what? Before you do anything, you roll. I'm just seeing something in the chat. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name. Ryuji, the gun mage. You probably weren't here for the beginning where I explained it. Basically, you can tip bits. We take your money. It's all good. For 500 bits, you can affect the game in a small way. So, give a crit, give max damage, let someone recover a spell slot, etc., etc. Whatever you think is a small benefit. And for 1,000 bits, you can affect the game in a large way. Basically, whatever idea you think is hilarious or really awesome or really dumb, suggest it. I'm looking at the chat. I'll say, that's okay. Yes, a dragon appears. That's always my go-to example. I don't know if anyone would ever actually do that, but whatever you think would be worth 1,000 bits, I'm looking at the chat and I can go yes, or maybe we can get something a little bit less than that. Yeah, God doesn't part from the sky and crush Flick with his thumbnail. Like, no, that's a bit far. But yeah, so that's how the tipping system works, Ryuji. There we go. Flick, make your rolls, please.
Okay. So you said I'm rolling a hide, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you already fucked up. You move silently. Like,
Yeah.
there are people
Well,
heading to that location.
And we said we're casting invisibility. We're not going to really hide. We're just going to move down the center and avoid the flames as much as possible. Try not to roast ourselves and stay in like the clear so we can move the quickest. So I don't even know if you want me to roll a hide for that.
All right, hang on, repeat that. My brain just like for a second.
We're okay as we approach the third ring. We're casting invisibility, and we're going from being like sneaking around the edges and everything because the edges are getting a lot hotter. We're gonna move into the center because we're invisible now, and we're just gonna like cover ground quickly. And as soon as I realize we go invisible, I'm gonna like grab on to Vaco, like onto his robe somewhere.
Yeah, all right. In that case, no, you don't need to bother rolling hide. You're just going, we're progressing. We don't care if we gave away our location. The dwarf rhino with the prince and a edgy ass elf are going to come running past there and act as a bigger distraction anyway.
Exactly.
So,
and hopefully we're invisible, so it won't matter. And we want to get as far as we can while under the effect of that invisibility. So we're pretty much heading full tilt.
Yeah, 100%. You can get in, get to that edge, and go, do the thing, and then we'll start pushing forward.
Cool.
All right. You do that. You don't need to roll dice to say, can I do that? Yeah, you do it. You get to the right point. You say, tell Varco, hurry the heck up. Grab him. The spell's being cast.
Yeah.
You grab hold of each other for dear life and for the shippers. And you push on into the center of, well, to travel between rings 3 and 4. And that is where we'll jump over.
One
last thing.
little thing before just a point of order that I realized.
Oh, he froze.
Perfect.
What is their ship name? Is it Flicko or Vok?
Oh God.
Flacco.
Flacco is interesting.
Definitely Flicko.
Oh.
Isn't it just drinking buddies?
I think so. But it's well established that Cody doesn't understand relationships, so they're all the same to him.
I think Cody understands them. He just has no interest.
I
I know what they are. Not interested.
I'm not interested very much because I know what they are sometimes.
That is a very valid outlook.
So, sorry, what was the question where I cut off?
Yeah, you said you wanted to do one last thing. What's the one last thing? You
Oh
want
yes.
to do?
Point of order. You'd have to cast invisibility a third time to affect Spudnik, wouldn't you, Vaco?
Not if
I mean,
Sputnik's
Sputnik is in your
beside
bag
you.
that you are carrying,
Yeah.
and
So
you are
let him think
carrying
about it.
that.
Yeah.
So technically, Sputnik is a part of your possessions currently.
Well, he's usually wrapped around my neck, not in my bag. But if I can
Yeah.
stick him in the bag and have him affected by it, then I'll do that. That would make sense.
That would be best, I think.
Yeah, that would be smarter.
Yeah. So
Okay, we'll do that, and now we can move over to the other guys who have been so patient.
yeah. Okay. Team Cherry Tree. Literally where you left off. The front of your now basically destroyed shield. There is Snowy, the white owlbear, and Keldor. And then there's the rest of you in a nice little line. Behind you is the Valley of Gales, in which you may, you did lose Matilda, the lizard folk, whose head got shorn clear off by the wind. It was brutal. And before you, you can see the spire, this great towering, just massive land. It looks kind of thin, like for just this huge stone landmass erupting out of the ground. Yeah, it's not like actually thin. It's about the width of a tree. So maybe 20, 30 feet wide, which is very small considering it's just out of the ground and hundreds of feet up. But in between you and that is a flying woman who just threw a spear at you and has got many more. This woman, as I described before, she has wings erupting from her shoulder blades. Behind her, her feet appear to be quite talon-like, not wearing any shoes or anything like that, so you can see they are very avian in nature, so, 1, 2, 3-pronged feet. The hands are very humanoid hands. Got them. They appear to have very avian features in general. Got like big bird-like eyes. So, all that good stuff. They have what's the words? I can't do them. Exaggerated. That's the frickin' word. Exaggerated avian aspects to their humanoid physique is the only way I can describe it without, going over repetitive points. And the last thing she said to you was, who? Oh, I can't remember. Was she asking who you are or asking why are you here? Actually, yeah, you know what? She doesn't care who the hell you are. She's saying, what are you doing here? This is my domain.
Keldor just looks at her and is like, apparently there's some wheel we gotta turn, and there's apples here that we need to do that.
Yes, we've come for the apples, for reasons unknown. And I'm taking this spear, I say, walking over to the spear. If you want it, you'll have to come get it. But I will give it to you, because I really don't like it that much.
She holds her hand out, and the spear flies out of your hand, kid, back to her.
Can I make a reflex save to try and hold on to it?
You can.
Okay. Let me see. Kid, are you capable of holding on to a spear?
See what you got.
23. I'd say you hold on to it.
Nice.
Okay.
The spear still flies back to her hand. You are now just flying with it. And this woman, she is currently flying a good solid 60 feet in the air. Kid, you are hurtled through the sky.
Okay.
And can you make another reflex save for me?
I can certainly try. Let's see. It's so weird about losing this character sheet this day.
12.
That's
That's
12.
certainly not going to do it. As the spear reaches her hand again, you find what her other hand has done. Her other hand has grabbed you by the throat.
Uh-oh.
You are being held, suspended 60 feet in the air by this. And now you're looking at it. She's not like large or anything. She's about human-ish size. She's got you firmly by the throat, holding you out, dangling, knowing that, she can fly and you can't.
That she knows of.
But she can tell thus far. And she looks at you and goes, "Those apples belong to me and my people. They are not for any wayward traveler."
Let me guess. You've been defending them forever and blah 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 blah. But apparently we need them to get the wheel turning or else we'll be all encased in ice. Which I assume you guys don't particularly like ice to be as...
Keldor, let me handle this.
I'm not sure you're handling this very well, dude.
No, I've got her right where I want her.
Okay, fine then. And Keldor, like, turns around and walks away.
Okay. Listen. We just made our way past that front door you got there. We used everything we had to get past it. We've got something that we really need to get done. And the only way to do it is to get those things because a crazy old man told us to. And that's the truth.
Sadly.
Do you want to roll diplomacy?
I can certainly try. This is not the worst thing that kid's ever done.
No.
Let's see.
I mean,
diplomacy.
3.
Not good. Not today.
She lets go.
Keldor's not even looking
Okay.
back. Nope. Kid got him into this. He can get himself out.
Kid, you fall 60 feet to the floor.
Okay.
Unless you have something you'd like to do to stop that. In 60 feet is about what you'd move in one round, I think, fall-wise, so...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
So
if you would be able to cast anything to make that not hurt so much.
Oh, I've got something. If I can stop coughing my lungs out for a second. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, as I am falling, once I get to about the 30... Oh, no, we can't hear you at all, Rebecca. You were muted.
Oh, God. I feel really bad. Rebecca, how much have you been trying to talk?
Oh, no.
She's not
Oh.
muted. We're just not hearing her at all.
Yeah, we
Oh,
actually can't hear her. Let's fix that.
Here.
Yeah. Think your mic might have...
It actually
borked.
depends on Rose, so...
Hello?
There we
There
go.
Fuck.
Oh,
Lord.
Rebecca. I'm sorry. You've been trying to do so much, probably.
For the
I think
third
we just ate
time.
you.
For the third time.
Yeah.
Primcast Featherfall. Okay.
Okay.
Good lord.
I'm assuming that
Oh
was...
my god! Let me cast it! Listen to me! I'm casting fucking Featherfall!
Let me just double check, because I'm not sure if you need to touch someone to do feather
No,
fall
you
or
don't.
not.
It's an
Oh.
utterance. You do not need to touch them.
Oh, no, it's close range. Yeah, you can 100%.
Prim just like on the ground, like out of breath, like fucking Featherfall.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can do that 100%. Yeah. Even though he's 60 foot up, like you can cast it on him when he gets partway through his fall. Done. Easy.
Okay. I was terrifying, like, oh god, no, 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 what's happening? No, no, no. I'll kill kid. He can't fucking hear me.
I mean, I had a plan,
Continue.
but yeah, the Primrose was actually a pretty big part of that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so kid, you're back on the floor, and this woman, she'll stop pretending, like, all right, yeah, fine. Guess I can't keep pretending I'm actually this big, impressive thing. You've seen me up close. I'm about the size of a person. get down on the floor and talk to you on your level, then ugh. You can see there's almost a level of disdain of her setting herself down onto the floor. In fact, so much so that she doesn't actually set foot on the ground. She just floats down to nearly touching the floor. She purposefully keeps a small gap between her feet and the floor.
I
And
suppose I am your old dark horse of Cowdenboth. These are my house carls. They may introduce themselves.
Keldor just looks at you and is like, House Carl. Really?
Yeah, it was written down on Primrose's marriage contract.
Which I did not sign, so it is not binding.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
And he just turns and ignores Kid and looks at her and says, I'm Keldor Softshield. And I am a knight of, well, I suppose it's former Kingdom of Fife at this point. Yeah.
she kind of looks at. I mean, sorry, Primrose, do you introduce yourself?
Oh,
Or you going, fuck this? I played a flute for like a mile. I'm tired.
they're out of breath. Yeah, they're very much out of breath. But just pretty much just like, yeah.
She kind of looks at all of you with, once again, there is a lot of disdain in this person's eyes. And she looks and goes, Knight. Jarl. These are terms for the kingdom of man. These are not impressive to me. If anything, it just gives me more reason to not have any good faith towards you.
I don't know, I don't look much like a man.
No. You at least are interesting. Him. And she gestures towards Kid. He is your fool, yes?
No, that'd be me.
Flick appears out of nowhere.
And then disappears back into the ether.
It's my one magical ability.
Show up to make jokes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I feel like you've insulted me. I also feel like you've strangled me a little bit. So at the end of the day, all you are at the moment are just kind of a bully, and that's it. I mean, you're saying you're all high and mighty, but at the end of the day, you're the one who has just taken the people who have shown up at your door, done absolutely nothing to you, and then harassed them.
Did you not see the no soliciting sign?
You
Sorry.
assume the giant wind wall, it wasn't clearly written.
Sorry, no, didn't say that. It was just I had to make the
Couldn't
joke.
help it. Couldn't help it.
Yeah. She kind of looks at you and goes, This is not an incorrect statement. I can see that you at least have some sense about you. But these are sacred lands, not meant to be walked on. And you defile this for some task that needn't be done.
So
The turning of the wheel happens. We gave our part to that centuries ago, millennia, since time immemorial. The elves have what they need.
the elves got wiped out.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There's like one left, and honestly, I don't think he's a great representative for the species.
Let's just say my old kingdom was not the best terms for magic users and decided to wipe out anyone who did. The elves were on that list.
And we gave them a stern talking to, and we managed to kind of change their opinions on that. But
I'm pretty sure the one who actually said that's dead now.
Yeah.
You realize you are giving me more reason to have no love for the kingdom of man.
Oh
That's
yes,
okay.
I
We don't love the
realized
kingdom of man
this.
either.
Yeah, what he said.
In fact, if anything, we're just an entirely new thing looking to make a deal. So, you've apparently done a deal with the elves before.
Uh-oh.
You
Why
are
not us?
perplexing people.
Yeah.
Whilst your story sounds like one of the most brazen-faced lies I have literally ever heard, and we literally have a game in which we try to lie to each other. It's a whole cultural thing. I suppose I could allow one. Oh no, that would be unfair. You all made it here. You all deserve a chance. You may. What do you mean, not all of you? You're all here. Or do you have
We got
more
another.
comrades?
We got
We're
another.
currently trying to find the other pieces in the burnt elven village. Which is apparently... Yeah.
I think he meant Headless Matilda, but yeah, we're there too.
Well,
Headless Matilda.
Actually, that's a
Headless
good
Matilda.
question. Let me see something. Oh dear. Okay.
what are you checking?
Oh, you know, just the fact that Keldor has never had anyone die on him before.
Yeah, before that point, I'm going.
Uh-huh. Nothing happening now, but it will come up.
Okay.
How? Yeah, he's still holding himself together, or in deep denial. Haven't decided yet.
I mean, what's the difference, really?
We'll find out sooner or later. Okay. She kind of looks at all of you. Goes, well. You've made it this far. And whilst I am still hesitant to your story, it wouldn't hurt to at least let you attempt to get what you come here for. Just so I know that we are all agreeing to the same thing. I mean, you have already done the first. But do you agree to finish off the 3 trials?
Other option is go back to the wind, and that doesn't seem like a good one.
Yeah, I
Let's
think we
not,
press
please.
forward.
No, Win.
Oh. If you wanted to turn back, I could get you out of here. I can put you back to the entrance of a valley, and you can walk away. However, if you agree, and you wish to begin the rest of the trials to seek your eternal reward, well, you either succeed or, stop living. So.
It's close
Well,
enough
same
for
odds
me,
as always.
it's fine.
Well, as much as I'd like to say no, I have people counting on. So, I'm gonna keep going.
What kind of Jarl would I be if I backed down from a challenge? Especially where one of the options is so fitting.
Well, I suppose you'll want to begin the second challenge. You have shown perseverance. Yeah. Tenaciousness. Or I suppose if we're going to use the formal and proper title, you have passed the trial of endurance. Now begins the trial of strength. She floats a little step away and just gestures to the spire. Climb it.
Oh,
All right, time to copyright
Oh
stuff.
no, walls. Our mortal enemy.
walls! We're all gonna die!
You said it's only about as thick as a tree, right?
Pardon?
You said it's only as thick as a tree, right?
Yeah, like maybe a little thicker. Like you can tell if you get to the top, there's basically very little, maybe like 5 feet between. There's probably like 5 feet of actual land between to stand on. Like that's it.
At the top. And how tall is it?
About 200-300 feet, maybe more, maybe less. It's kind of hard to see vertically.
Prim raises their hands. Question.
It's unorthodox, but yes.
Are we allowed to pick a representative, or do we all have to do that?
You can try it one by one, if that's
So
what you
we-
prefer.
So we all have to do it. Is that what you're saying?
No. If only one wishes to undergo the trials, that
You
is
just
fine.
ain't getting up the mountain and stay here.
How many tries do we get?
Till we die, I'm assuming.
Right, but I don't think we die if we fell off after 5 feet or so.
Continue to think that, dear boy.
Got it. Okay. All right, time to do this. I'm going to basically begin this entire process by removing my armor as much as I am able to, and securing the stuff behind me. I am now going to go ahead and get myself something I can use to help me climb.
We still have the
And,
climbing kits, so.
I'm going to draw on arms myself
Mm-hmm.
so that I can grow 2 extra arms, and all of my hands now have claws on them. So I can hopefully find better purchase on this.
I mean,
And
I'm assuming the spell doesn't actually give you any pluses to climb.
no, it doesn't. I just have claws now.
No. All right.
But it lasts for 40 minutes, so
I'm just trying to
I'm not too
remember.
concerned about casting it.
Gorillans are just in the regular monster manual, aren't they?
Yep, they're basically giant gorillas with extra arms.
Yeah, I'm just going to check what their natural plus to climbing is and see if I can justify some kind of bonus. You know, because clawed monkey hands are kind of... They'd make you better at climbing, I think.
I would think so.
Okay. It has a +8 to climb checks and can always choose to take a 10, even when rushed or threatened. Well, you're not a full-on monkey person.
No, I am not.
So, you know what? +4 to climb checks.
+4?
Yeah,
Glorious. All right.
that's fair to me.
Then in that case, I will begin hauling myself up this tree. Let me go ahead and add that +4 modifier in. So let's go ahead and make the first check. Thankfully, I don't get a purchase on the tree immediately.
Yeah, thankfully you hadn't started climbing. This is still at the start. As you know what? How do you envision this Nat 1 works?
Immediately, I jump onto the tree and realize, oh wait, I have to grips. That was a warm up. Let's go ahead and do the real one.
I'm just imagining Prim sitting there, just like praying, like, oh my god.
Like, what even is
There we
this?
go.
What even?
All right,
I rolled
16.
one better.
You get a you go. All right, I'm gonna get a good start, and you go.
Oh, wait, fingernails. There we go.
Yeah. And you get a good start. It's not a great start. You're kind of being very forceful with it.
Mhm.
You know, instead of doing like the technical version of mountain climbing, where you go, all right, look for the ridges, find a way to pivot and distribute weight. You're just literally going, I make my own handholds.
Yes. This wood is nothing compared to my fingernails.
As kids like doing his own thing, Keldor's like getting a rope, he's getting the pitons, and he's getting all set up to actually climb this thing properly. And he's gonna walk up to. You said it's basically the size of a large tree around?
Yeah. And sorry, Cody, I've noticed you. I might have done a bad job of describing it. This isn't the tree itself. This is like a pillar of earth. The tree is
Oh.
growing out at the top. You are climbing up a sheer. Well, it's not like totally sheer. You know, it's not flat. You are climbing up the side of essentially a mountain. So it's earth. You're like going, I make my own handholds, and just
Okay.
ramming your jagged fingers into rock.
So I couldn't grab all the way around it then.
No.
Okay.
If you've ever seen a redwood, imagine that and then make it a little bigger and make it out of stone.
Yeah, pretty much. That is exactly it.
Giant petrified tree. Okay.
Keldor's going to go to the other side of the tree from Kid and start climbing up.
Okay. And Primrose, Eliza, and Genfrey
If Gentry's...
have a picnic.
Well,
Yes, we
I have
do.
set up the rope so that if anyone wants to follow me, they can tie in and start following me.
Nope.
Let me just check something. Because Genfrey might think he's got a clever idea. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo-doodly-doo. Doodly-doo.
That would recommend.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Coursing river. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Genfrey thinks he's got a clever idea. So, the skinniest, frailest, most half-dead person on your team goes, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. And what he does is he sees the other people doing this. You know, he's seen Kid take his shirt off and be like, "Ugh, I'm a man. I'm amazing. Ugh." And he's seen Keldor be like, all right. So Genfrey takes off his little wizard's hat, puts down his staff, and he kind of undoes like the top part of his robe because he doesn't want that getting in the way. This is going to be very physical, and he's basically just skin and bone. Bless him.
Yeah, feed that boy.
Like he's well fed, but there's just very little muscle on this person.
He's a Barney Fife.
Yeah, he
Still
rolls his
feed
little
that boy.
trousers up, and he goes, "Okay, we've got it." Walks around a little bit, pulls out some rope, and just goes, throws the rope up, then just climbs up a rope and disappears. 30 foot into the air. He's just.
Prim just leans over to Eliza. This is a very strange circumstance. What's happening? I'm confused.
It's certainly a wee bit of a strange one. So, I mean, I don't know. A part of me is saying maybe we should keep an eye on what's going on. And the other part of me is saying I am sick and fucking tired of jumping through hoops. And I'm wondering if I could just beat the shit out of that lady.
Probably shouldn't, though.
No, I probably shouldn't. Should I? maybe I should try climbing because I don't really know if I should trust the other people. They're very
Last
capable,
time-
but they also fail a lot.
Take your armor off before you do.
I mean, you can't hear us. What are you talking about?
He can
Rain.
if Sugar's sitting by you.
Yeah, technically sugar does make me better at hearing.
Yeah.
Well, you can also... Can't you hear through your familiar as well?
Sugar can tell me what's being said. Like,
So if Sugar's like sitting next to them...
You're not just listening through him like a microphone. He's sitting there with a wing over his
God.
face, repeating back to you in bat talk.
Yeah, they said this and they said that. You're talking about you now.
y'all just gave me a good idea, though. I'm gonna have sugar hovering about 40 feet above me, and just maintaining that.
Okay.
Sugar just became
Right
so much
next to
more of
the
a creep.
Alright.
I prefer if you didn't. Last time we did that, we mountains.
Well, I understand that, but how do I phrase this? If we aren't willing to risk our lives in this, then why even fucking bother? How many times have you stepped in front of something, or you've been like, "No, Eliza, don't. I'll stay out." You're willing to die for me, and obviously all these numbnuts they're willing to die for whatever else we're doing. Why is it okay for me to not be willing to die, just like everyone else? Is it because I'm a girl? Do you not think I'm
No.
strong enough? Do you not think I'm important enough? Are you being sexist towards me?
Oh, shit.
Is it because you think I need protecting?
No, it's not that.
Like,
Probably a
oh,
little
hang
bit
on, sorry. I'm getting worked up over. No, sorry. I know that we've had this discussion before. In fact, it was maybe like 20 sessions back. We had this very similar discussion, but it's just a matter of if we're here and if we're doing everything, it's not right or fair to go, oh, okay, I won't do it then. Someone else is going to. We all need to chip in. And I know that you love me because I feel the same way about you. But if we let that kind of get in the way of accomplishing what the main goal of the entire team is, then why are we even here with the team? Why haven't we buggered off and just gone and, I don't know, bought a nice little cottage house and lived out until we both die?
Liza, that's not what I'm saying at all. I haven't. It's. You do what you want to do. I will support you in your efforts. But it's more than just keeping you safe that I'm concerned about. And I will leave it at that, alright?
Okay. I mean, if I'm honest, I don't actually want to climb it. It was just, I don't know, I guess it's just been something that's been a wee bit bothering me here and there.
And I know I haven't talked about it when I should, but I don't know how to talk about it.
No, it's okay, I understand. You've got,
Maybe later when we're not around idiots all the time, it'd be fine.
I mean, we're kind of always around idiots.
I know, it's really hard. Maybe later. We can talk about it, okay?
I mean, horrible thing will happen and you'll wind up dead before we get a chance to talk about it, which would leave
Probably.
me very unfulfilled and create a lot of, a lack of closure in lots of senses. I mean, obviously,
No, it's good tea, by the way. It's really good.
right? Oh, look, kid seems to be doing a wee bit better. It's like you're older 19.
Yep. I'm slowly hitting my stride.
Yeah,
And
so
I'll be
to explain what was, because everyone else is just setting up, fuck it, we're rolling. You're having an emotional conversation. Psh, climbing!
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Because I was keeping an eye on what they're doing. Keldor rolled a 33 to get started. Kid rolled a 19. You know, yeah, you are that far up. So, Kid, you're about that's how maths works. Yeah, you're 35 feet up. Keldon, you're 33 feet up. N3 is 30 feet up and an invisible hole floating in the sky.
Now the question is, what does he do?
Well, what he's
I'm
going to
pretty
do.
sure the way the spell works is it has to be touching the ground.
And this is the genius part. What he's going to do is, because it creates like an invisible little portal hole, what he does is he pokes his head out the bottom and puts his hand, like he stretches his hand out over the top, finds the invisible portal hole, which does exist, it's there, puts his hand on top of it, puts in the next bit of rope on that, and casts rope trick again. He is using the ceiling of one rope trick to be the ground for the next rope trick.
That's genius.
Gen 3 is a freaking genius.
All right, let's break reality.
That is it. Gen 3 is using a pocket dimension as an anchor to make the next pocket dimension. Like, this is warping the reality of existence, you know, bending space, and it's
He's a
actually
wizard.
really impressive. It's
He's doing
terrifying
wizard things.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, you know what? We've got.
Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
I just. Made
I'm
it
assuming
30
you've
feet
been
up.
climbing up using the climbing kit and the pitons and all of that. Could you? This will be, you know, warping time and space a little bit. Could you do a use rope check for me to see how good of a knot you tied?
It's
All right.
okay.
It's passable. It doesn't hold you perfectly in place. You drop down 10 feet, but you haven't fallen. You're on. You're secured. You can pull yourself back in and get. So you've dropped down. You are now at 20 feet. That's where you are. So, all right. Shouldn't be so careless. Need to go nice and slow.
I'm taking
Kid,
time.
do you want to do one more climb check?
Sure. If this will kind of set my stride a little bit. So I've got all all four of my arms and both of my legs working on keeping myself fairly stable. I'm trying to insect my way up this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment,
16. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid, you're keeping pretty on there.
Yeah.
You've got
I'm
this.
I'm mostly taking 10, just kind of not rushing it. I have so long before this spell wears off, and I've got a contingency in place.
Yeah. So once again, you scuttle up an extra, 25 feet, give or take. Gen 3 is currently the furthest along.
What side of the pillar is he on?
If Kid has gone to the pillar, like, right in front of, first visible point, Keldor, you walked around to the other side. Gen 3 just went halfway between the two of you. So you can both see these just pieces of rope suspended.
Keldor's gonna climb over to the ropes.
Yeah, you can scuttle yourself around, and you can make use of Gen 3's rope cheats.
I know his rope trick won't get all the way to the top, so he's gonna need help eventually.
He is, but he knows he can get a certain distance like this. So that's his plan.
As Kid's climbing, he's actually going to kind of bring himself to a stable halt for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to just yell out, "Hey, lady!"
She flies up, and she's just very casual. She doesn't even look like she's putting effort in while she's flying. She just floats up to you. It doesn't get close enough for you to actually be able to strike her or anything like that, which just kind of looks goes, "Yes."
We never got your name.
fine. I usually don't bother because nobody usually lives long enough for it to matter. But I can consider this a dying wish. My name is Lady Theodala.
Okay, Lady Theodala. So basically we have to get to the top of this?
Yes.
Do we have to do anything specific when we get up there?
Well, that's where the third trial begins.
How wide is the tower at the base?
At the base, well, like Arch said, it's imagine like a redwood. So, like the full base of it is maybe got a 30 to 40 foot diameter. It's not a very wide tower.
Okay. 30-foot diameter. Well, that was my process. I was thinking whether or not we could use the adamantine shield and just knock the whole thing down. But I'll go ahead and accept this, because I need to know what her name was anyway.
Why? Add it to your list of enemies.
Add it to my list of names to forget. Yeah, no, Lady Theodala. That's interesting. Is it... What language is that from?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I asked her what language it's from.
It's from the language of Pulviel. Do you know it?
I don't, although that sounds a lot like Elven.
There is a common ancestry. I mean, I'm happy to sit here and talk with you for as long as it takes. I should acknowledge the longer you spend wasting your strength holding yourself in place, the harder it's going to be. I mean, that's not a problem for
I can climb and
me.
talk if that works.
I'm very happy to watch you fail.
Okay.
Well-
I mean, if you're happy to watch me fail, that works just fine for me. I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to keep climbing, and we can keep talking. I can keep asking you questions.
That sounds fair. I suppose it's only right. I actually witnessed this in beforehand. We did used to have rules to stop your friend over there ascending as he is. However, it's been so long since anyone's even tried. I'm curious to see if anybody can even do it with trickery and magic.
I just gave myself extra arms. It just seemed like the most logical thing to do. I say as I'm slowly hauling myself up.
Ugh. Thank you so much. And now I feel really bad because we're almost at a point to take a break. But you know what? Let's push it a little bit longer so these raiders don't just be like, oh, meh.
Works for me.
We're going to encourage you to stick around, people who've raided. Do it. So, Lady Theodala, she's agreed. She's going to continue talking to you as you attempt to climb a little bit higher. Keldor, you have, before we do that, Keldor, you have gone and joined Gen 3. You are sat in an invisible portal attached to a rope. Do you have a little break and a conversation with Gen 3? Gen 3 kind of, he gets his hand out and he starts kind of... And this is where I have to sit here and count how many casts he has left of this. Yeah. So he goes, I can maybe get about another 90 feet. We've got a few other plans when we get that far.
Sleepiest raid might be one of the best names for a raid I've heard.
It is. It's a wonderful thing. I like to imagine that you've all come in, in like big fluffy blankets and like nice hot drinks, and you're all settling down on a lovely little pillow fort to listen to this nonsense.
And everybody's eyes are closed, so there's no judgment. It's just, hey, how you doing? Hey. That's my attempt at mimery.
Yeah. Not a very good one. You made sound.
Shit. I knew I was forgetting something.
Dear, pardon me. All right. Yeah, I was just deciding what to do, where to go. Kid.
Good question.
We'll do a little bit of your conversation.
Okay.
And I think then we'll go for a break, like maybe 5 minutes or so. Yeah. Let these raiders get a taste of what's going on, and then they can go, what the hell is this nonsense?
Yep.
Probably
All right.
already doing that, to be honest.
Okay. So, Kid, you continue to climb. Roll me a climb check.
Mm-hmm. I'll get this, and then I'll take 10 from this point, if I'm able to.
Yeah. This is real casual. You've got the Gorilla arms. You're going, all right, I got this. I'm going good. Things are going fine.
All right, so
what
first
would you
question.
like to talk about?
What do the apples taste like?
You don't eat them. You mean you
Oh,
could?
they're like apple pie apples then.
What's a pie?
Oh my god, I have so many things to tell you. But I do have other questions I need from you first. How long have you been here doing this?
Me personally, or my people?
I suppose just you.
Let me... I have been here. Oh. She pauses as you see this look of realization over her face.
Forever.
For over 200 turning of the wheel.
Dang. I mean, I can understand why you have that fancy spear and everything. They must pay you a lot.
What is payment?
Oh, it's an exchange of something to barter with in exchange for services rendered.
This concept, like, she can't even comprehend that, But do you not just do things because they are what is needed?
No, there's plenty. No, that's slavery.
Those are druids.
When I was hungry, my parents would hunt and provide food.
Yeah, that's what parents are supposed to do, I think.
Or, or my people, they would hunt and provide food. If somebody's wing got clipped, another would repair it for them. When a person died, they were given the funeral.
Okay.
There was no concept of exchange. You would just do what needed to be done.
Do you feel good about doing those things?
They are they were for the survival of my people.
Right, but did it make you feel good to help people?
What does feeling good have to do with that?
See, this is something that I'm also not a great expert on. But I can tell you that, I don't know, I've only been a Jarl for so long, but when I addressed my subjects, I spoke to them, and they all chanted back at me, because I guess I said something they liked. And so that was partially the payment. And once they get finished with the job they're currently doing for me, I plan to make sure that they continue to live good lives. That also is their payment. So you've just been here this entire time by yourself with nothing to show for it other than a fancy spear and the way you talk to people?
I was assigned to guard the entrance. That's my duty. That is for the good of my people. It's what I do.
And if you decided one day you didn't want to do it anymore, what would happen?
That's not my choice.
Why?
It is for the good of the people. It is a task that needs to be done, and I do it.
Okay, so here's my last question. Whenever you decide that, or whenever I guess someone else decides for you that you are done, what's going to happen to the next person? The same thing?
When I reach my time of passing, I will receive the funeral rites, pass from this world to the next, spend the rest of my days flying through the night sky with the mother. And here on this mortal realm, the next will take my place. They will stand guard and protect the people.
And would you say that you'd be happy giving them this? You'd be
still
happy
do not-
letting them live the same life you are currently living? Alone?
My life is full of duty, and that duty provides fulfillment. What I do matters.
I mean, I suppose a hammer is only a hammer, right? It's good for pounding in nails, and I guess that's that.
But what about
So-
one of the hammers that has one of those little things in them which you use to pull out the... Well.
Eh. So you have more than one purpose. At the end of the
No.
day, though, you've got yours, and that's what you'll do, and you'll be a tool, and that's just how it always has been. But I suppose if that's how you feel, then more power to you.
Each person is part of the whole. You can call it a tool, and that is not incorrect. We are what we are, and we do what we are best at doing. What we can do to better provide safety, security, and just the words.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah, those words. Prosperity. That's the fucking word. We do it because the whole is more important than each of its parts.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me for just a second. I'm going to use my top set of arms to slash a small handhold if I can.
Yeah.
And use my bottom arms to grab a hold of it while I maneuver my pack around to get out a piece of paper and my ink.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to very, very quickly attempt to make a portrait of this woman.
Mid-climb, you're stopping to draw a picture.
Yeah, it just seems like what's necessary right now.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Totally.
It's a decent drawing. Yeah, 20. It's pretty spot on. I mean, I'm assuming you're going for a likeness, a portrait. You're not doing some abstract thing, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to get as clear cut of her as possible in the small amount of time I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show it to her. And I'm going to say, I did this for no other reason than that I wanted it to. And you say that everything that we do has a purpose and has a meaning. And at the end of the day, if I take this thing right here, going to smear it. I just did something that was totally meaningless, and that's okay. Be aware of this. This is something that I did very quickly, and I'm normally not this good. You're allowed to suck at something.
This is exactly what she was doing. She lifts her hand to her finger to her mouth, and she's like, she really just cannot comprehend this. She does not understand. Like, this is not even. This is. I can't even describe what this must be like. This is somebody who has no understanding of what's done. You know, everything they have ever known and been around is practical. We do things for it because it helps for the herd. Everything is for the group. Not like there's no such thing as a pointless act. It is all for prosperity, survival, all that. And you've gone, well, you could just dick around. And she's like,
yeah. You say right now that you want to spend your final days flying around with someone. Why can't you fly around right now?
because in order to earn our right to fill the night sky as one of the mother's many stars, we must serve our purpose.
Do a loop-de-loop right now.
Why?
Why the hell not?
It serves no purpose.
Okay. But can you do it?
I would assume.
Okay. Do it then.
I have no need to. It would be a waste of energy.
All right. But at the same time, you could just be hovering here, not enjoying the thing that you say you want to go and enjoy. Or, in the brief moment while you're talking to me, wasting no time at all, you could do a loop-de-loop.
You want to roll diplomacy?
Sure. I'm hoping the picture gave a circumstance bonus on that.
Yeah, there will be something in there. She looks and she kind of looks behind her and maybe a little bit above her, and it's like, it would serve no purpose.
Sugar, do a loop-de-loop.
So yeah, Sugar just does one. She's kind of looking at. There is no point in this. Why?
I don't know, but it sounds like you just got outdone by a bat. So I want you to think about that one for a second.
I am centuries old and a master of the wind and skies.
Yeah,
A
but you're not allowed to do a
mere
loop-de-loop.
mammal did not
Mhm.
outdo me. It is a waste of energy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it looks like he's having fun.
You say this word. What is fun?
Oh my god.
Okay, don't do it.
Primrose, I think there's a song for this.
No!
Can we get
I'll
copyright
let-
strike for that?
Yes, probably.
I think we're good. I will attempt to explain recreation in the best way possible, but I must climb. I wish we had a
Yes.
toy or something we could give her. Oh my god! If only Flick were here, we could use the dice.
Alrighty.
If only.
With that, kid, you're going to proceed to continue climbing. And I think that is a perfect point where we can take a quick break. So, we will be back in approximately 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Archer, do the thing!
Boom.
Alrighty. Hello and welcome to the party. We're going to be continuing playing our Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition game. And let's jump back in over to Team Chimichanga, who are invisible and walking through some fire.
Trying to.
Yeah. Alrighty. You are currently in the third ring. And the fire, it's getting hotter, it's building. I did roll this before. But jumped over before you took any, before I told you took any damage. Even with your resistance, you have started to notice, but things are getting singed, ends of hair, edges of clothes, and you take 2 damage from the fire.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Let's just keep going.
So, yeah, I guess I'm still leading the way, like pulling on Vako's robes.
Yep.
And I'm just hustling us through the open center of all these roads that we're going down, heading towards that central building as quickly as we can.
Okay.
And if I feel like I'm starting to take any more damage than I just took, then I'm going to pull up on a swig of the Frost Giant Ale and look around and see if there's any guards directly looking at us, and then use it in front of us to clear the way a bit. Or it might be better to cool us off, at some point.
I don't want you throwing up on me.
All right. If you're taking a drink, that is a fort save.
Mm-hmm. That's a 19 this time.
There you go. Yeah. You've had your tactical chunder. You're straight back in there. You can continue drinking.
Right. Now I'm desensitized and drunk and still standing.
Yeah.
Perfect place to be.
And you don't need to bother rolling hide checks. You're invisible. I don't know how much you care about being silent as you are running through this fire.
How many guards are we seeing? Oh, is it like every 10 feet we're running past another guard, or are we going down whole streets without seeing any?
In this third ring, it's not every 10 feet or so, but, every 20, 30 feet, give or take, you see a small gathering of maybe 5 or 6 guards. Very similar to what you saw before. You see them doing all kinds of things. You see that's like attacking nothing. You see one that looks like it's dragging something, but you can't see what they're attacking because there isn't anything. Like before, only some of the things are present. You see someone like kick a door in and drag someone out, and it looks as if they're dragging something by hair, but there's nothing there, and it's shouting things like, "Oh, stop screaming! You're gonna die soon." It's all very aggressive and not very pleasant stuff, if we're being honest.
Okay, well, at first I'm like, okay, we better take it slow, and then I'm like, screw it, and I just pull a flash pellet out and have it ready in one hand, and we just go. And we're going past, and I'm trying to leave enough room between me and any of them because I know Vako behind me that I'm pulling is way bigger. So it's like I'm leading a horse. I'm going extra wide around turns and stuff. Trying to make sure it doesn't bump into anybody.
All right.
I'm like a horse. I have 2 legs. I have the same kind of agility a normal person does.
Yeah, but Flick is not a normal person, and you're all lumbering giants to him.
That, and you are really drunk, so I guess you could
That too.
think that way, yeah.
He thinks he's like leading you dexterously around everything, like the skillful ninja he normally is, and he's really just actually like leaning forward and pulling on your cloak and using it to hold himself up. And getting shot with 1,000,000 arrows. And bursting into incendiary fire.
Alrighty. Yeah. Thanks to invisibility, and all of these people look very much distracted by whatever tasks they're doing. They seem, if you weren't invisible, if you were just charging through, they'd probably react to you. However, they do look very much engrossed in what they are doing, so you can just be like, "Oop, nope, running on past. It's not like I can save any of these people they already killed." However, as you are running through, the sheer heat from everything, you both take 10 damage.
That's right. Everything is fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's all good. And with that, you can probably push on into the fourth circle, or the fourth ring, which this is. To describe what this is, there is one building in front of you when you enter this fourth ring. It's large, and it is just 100% engulfed in permanent flames. The sheer heat coming off of that, and stood right in front of it in its entranceway, there appears to be a gathering of about 7 of these guards, one of which looks slightly more important. Seems to be giving out commands. The other ones, they don't appear to be. I think they're very much standing like behind this person as if they are awaiting an order to go in. The person giving commands, you can see him, he's shouting things like what's he shouting? What is the most aggressive shit I can make this guy shout? Like
Hold on, Matt. I have it. Hold on. Give me just a moment. I literally just stumbled upon this. And I'm going to give this to you because it is the most insulting thing I have ever heard.
Go for it. Yeah. What do I do with a flipping mouse?
I don't believe that was a common insult.
Still.
Today I learned you are a thief and a murderer. You have killed a baboon and stolen his face. Was a common insult in the 18th century via reddit.com via Cody.
All right. I'm now really confused. Like my mouse is just it's there on my lap. Not
It's
a
that thing
person.
attached to the cord that goes to the back of your computer.
No, it's wireless.
Lap, Matt?
Oh, okay.
It's just because it was like right here next to me, and I was going. I thought it was down here. It's like, where is it? I can't see it. It's like, oh. It doesn't help, but like looking directly down, my microphone is like hovering above it, so I wasn't.
Yep.
I'm a dumb person.
There we go.
So, what this person is shouting, it looks like he's reading something off a scroll.
I'm sorry,
And,
Matt. I lost my connection there right as you said, as you come into the fourth circle, it's taken up by one big building. So there's a person.
There's one big building in the center, fully engulfed in flames.
Yeah.
The heat coming off it is tremendous. There is a person. He looks slightly more important than everybody else.
Okay.
And 6 other people. They look like they're wearing much nicer, fancier armor. And the people further out, they look like they're like the important person reading from a scroll, and he's just shouting, really. And he goes, "By the order of His Royal Highness King McFife, you are in violation of the magical. Fuck it, I don't care. Burn it! Kill them all! Dirty! They're bad! Stupid elves! Go on, Jerry. Set it on fire."
Well, then.
And they are stood right in the entrance of this building. And you assume that building, that's the 5th ring. You've got to get in there.
And there's no way around this building to go to like a back door or a window or anything?
You can loop around it. You can keep walking around. However, the more time you spend in here, because you are already starting to take damage from just standing in this heat. It's not as bad as it could be, but you are.
Well, we are
actively,
invisible too.
Yeah. You are actively standing in fire currently.
Hold on.
Ooh, ooh.
Hold on. Ooh, ah, ah. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ooh, ow.
Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ting tang, walla walla, bing bang.
Yeah. In the last cache of loot we came across, I believe Relithor's place, there were several vials of viscous fluid. Is one of them a similar color to the color that I know healing potions to be?
You can have a look at them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull those two out and compare them to whatever color I've seen. I don't know if it's red or green. Is normally healing potions or something else. Blue.
Yeah, Relithor has made you healing potions. These look kind of like healing potions. Yeah, 2 of the 3 look like healing potions.
Okay, I'm going to chug one of them.
Yeah. You chug a lug. 13 hit points.
Oh, thank God. I am above 8 again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Your
Okay.
healer is busy running around as a rhino.
Yes, they are. Unfortunately, that was kind of a bad call on the part of the people who are about to walk into the fire, not to bring the healer. So, what else can we do to get ourselves killed, Vaco?
Oh God.
We can think of something, I'm sure.
We can go in that building.
Hey, let's do that. It sounds like a good way to die. Okay.
Baco takes like that thing that Flick was drinking, and he takes a gulp of it to give some liquid courage to himself.
Okay, not the healing potion. You're taking some.
I think he needs the healing potion.
All right, yeah. Make a fortitude save to get some frost breath in you. Yeah, liquid courage. You feel a bit cooler. Everything's good.
So that's his second one.
Yep.
I'm on my first one.
Okay, I think I think we should just, I don't know, go breathe on the doors and see what happens. Try and cover as many of those people as we can.
Vaco shrugs. Okay.
Because here's the thing, even if we kill them, they're only gone for a few seconds, right? So we gotta like kill them and then rush in.
Well, we're still invisible. If we end up doing anything, it's gonna make us come out of invisibility. So do you think we should go inside before we?
Well, if we go inside without doing anything, we're gonna be burning. I think we need to like put out the flames from here on in and go in that way.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, wait.
I'm gonna look around to the sides of the house and just see if there's like a window anywhere that we could like freeze and go in that way. That would be out of line of sight from the people at the doorway.
Yeah. What I was gonna just describe, these people, you see them. You've heard this guy just saying, "Screw it, set it on fire." These people don't seem to be going inside. You see them actively adding to the fire.
Yeah.
From what you can see thus far, these people appear to be the looping remnants of these people's final moments before something happened to them all, because you don't see these people actively dying at any point. Logically, one could assume nobody would set a building on fire and also have their own men inside. You could probably assume there are none of these weird temporal ghost loopy things inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You could probably make that assumption.
Okay.
Like, just logically, you wouldn't set something on fire and then go inside it or have other people inside.
Does it look like we can sneak through the front door without getting terribly burned and get inside and use our frost breath where we won't alert them all to our presence? Or we're going to be walking through tons of fire to get into the front door, right?
Yeah, give context, this building is very much on fire.
like raging
very
inferno
brightly
style,
on fire,
right?
almost as if, half a dozen people every 30 seconds to a minute on some repeating time loop are hurling vials of alchemist fire onto it, and have been doing for the last month. That's how much fire is on this.
Okay.
You could probably get some respite from putting out some fire, but in about 30 seconds, it's going to come back again. It won't be as bad, because I've got to start it all over again.
Okay, I have an idea. Here's what we do. Yeah, okay. We go up. You and me, Vaco, we get right next to the front door, right? We use our frost breath together and try and put out as much of the flames in the entrance as we can so that we can get in easier. Or even just, you use your frost breath and hit the door, and I'll use my frost breath when we go inside, and we'll, like, leapfrog it, right? We're going to have to just chug as much of this as we can and just keep trying not to pass out and make our way in here to find these daggers that we don't even know where they are. We're just going to go through this whole house and try not to die. We're going to die, Vaco. We're going to fucking die.
Bako's just gonna nod his head. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well. All right, buddy. We're going to die. So, we run up and we get as close as we can and we use our frost breath. And then when we get revealed, Sputnik, when we use our frost breath, bite me. Bite me in the ear. And then when you get revealed, you take off. Okay? We're going to sit still like rocks. And then when they follow you, we're going to run in the front door.
Make a spot check.
Spot check is not one of my better skills.
Me either.
That is a 11. Oh no, it's a 15 for me and an 11 for
15,
Vaco.
11. All right. You can see in the distance, Team Rampaging Rhino. It looks as if they might get close enough to act as a distraction.
Okay.
However, yes, your plan of using Sputnik would work if you wanted to guarantee the distraction, or if you wanted to go to where he would also be safe. You could go, Sputnik, you get their attention, go that way, lead them to the Rhino.
Yeah, that's probably what we'll do.
All right, cool. Awesome. I like it. So, how are you approaching this doorway filled with people, shouting awful, awful thing?
All right.
Like,
Crouch down, Vaco, and I'll lead you in. And try not to kick anything, including me. Okay?
Baco
right.
just kind of nods. Let's do this.
Woo! We're gonna die. Okay.
And I head in. And so move silently.
Well, the doorway is like filled with these people, so you would be moving through their spaces to get to this area.
Okay. So what
You
do you
could
want?
frost breath
Dexterity,
all
or-
of them,
Yeah.
and you'd still get the doorway if you wanted to do that. Or you could roll an acrobatics or tumble. That's what it is. You could roll tumble to try and like duck and dive through their spaces without them noticing you. And yes, you are invisible, but they'd feel you, like walking past them.
It's gonna be difficult. I suggest we throw up on him.
I love this really casual conversation. Yeah, we'll just throw up on him. I'll do it.
I think TJ probably froze.
Damn it, TJ, this is important.
That's a wonderful face to be frozen on.
I know, it's awesome.
It kind of is.
I mean, I would love to just go on with my idea, but since it kind of like involves Flick.
There we
he
go.
is.
I'm gonna murder my computer and leave it in a deep dark hole in the woods. So, as I was saying, yeah. So I pull Vaco back so that he has like a better angle to hit everybody, and I like pull his head down to mine and just sort of like pull the ropes down until I get his like head down.
Okay, so I think this is our best chance because we're not going to sneak through them without alerting some of them. So just get as many of them as you can and the front door, but focus more on putting out the flames so that we can get further in because I don't want to run out of alcohol halfway through this building. Okay?
Good plan. Good plan.
All right. So as soon as you spray, you're going to hit the dirt and you're going to pull your robes over your head so that we both look like a rock. Okay? And then Sputnik's going to take off so that he looks like the flurry of motion coming up from behind the rock. And they're just going to see that and they're going to go after him and he's going to go to the rhino and it's all going to be good. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great plan.
All right. We're going to die. Okay.
Just imagine, this is what Kid feels all the time.
I love your plan. They won't notice, but we're not a rock. That is fundamentally what you're working with here.
Yeah.
Cloaks look like rocks. This isn't a fucking cartoon.
Well, we go up like behind like some little pile of something, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like a body or a rock or something that's already there, so
Not
that when
just
we
like
drop
you
down.
stand in the middle of a road and go, I'm a rock.
Yeah, no. Like we drop down next to some thing in the dark and try and become one with that.
Yeah.
And
All
for
right.
reference, I'm hiding before Vaco moves.
Yeah, roll a hide check.
Yeah. Do.
Well, I mean, technically, you're still invisible, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
You've
but I'm
got-
not going to be invisible after this. Oh my god!
All right.
Technically, it is a plus 50 because you are invisible.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah, until I'm not
It's-
invisible. But if I don't use my breath, then I guess I don't come.
you are so certain that you are hidden perfectly well.
Yeah. I'm a tree.
All right, Varka. You've had 2 drinks, yes?
Yep.
Are you going to go for a third, or are you going to unleash how you've got?
One more for liquid courage. Yep.
Do
My
it.
arm just reaches up from the rock with a flask in it.
Fortitude save.
Thank you, drinking rock.
Oh, don't know why I got 2.
Oh, 23. 23, that's even better than 18. Yeah. Varko, you're a fucking champ.
It's all thanks to my rat.
Yeah?
That ugly fat rat, which has never had a moment of...
Every time I succeed a fort save, it's thanks to him.
Technically, you
Yeah.
can talk to him.
I don't
He
want to
doesn't
talk to that
want to.
ugly thing. After Flick has Sputnik, I don't want to bring him out. I'll keep him in a paper bag.
All right.
Once
You've
Count
taken
Suicide
it. You're ready.
happens, We'll take these
When-
bacon bits and live.
When you are ready to unleash your frost breath, 3 drinks. That is 8d6.
So I think the only question left here is who's going to host the one shot where we all play our animal companions.
I mean, next time we do a one shot, I'm 100% down. Because, you know, there are the horses. There was Mustang and Disappointment, or whatever it was called.
There was.
I forget
There
what.
was much disappointment.
I really want. You know what? If we're doing this kind of nonsense, I would 100% TJ let you play the awakened / animated wagon, Brown Lightning, as you called it.
God, he goes from
Just
being
a wagon.
just being an entire vehicle.
Forgot I
a
named
wagon.
it that.
You gave it a really stupid name as you walked up.
Sounds about right. 'Cause I make the same stupid joke every time I get into my car. Hi-ho, silver away.
So I
My
would
car is
totally be down for that. Just to watch you play a wagon. Anyhow, we shouldn't talk about stupid things that could happen. We're talking about stupid things that are happening.
Yep.
Marco, let your minty, fresh, cooled, alcohol-reeking breath take out these guards and freeze the door.
Oh boy.
That is 8d6 of cold.
Yep. I'll also add on to the that other breath that I could do.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that too.
Puts out the entire building.
Okay. Oh god, what are the rules I came up with for that nonsense? I know that you give up a spell slot, and I don't remember the rules I said for it.
I remember it was an amulet.
Yeah, it's an amulet. It's it's based off of the level of the spell slot you give up.
2d6 per spell level?
That's the one. There we go.
We're going for a 4th level spell.
Holy crap.
So in grand total, combining these, you're doing 16d6.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel drunk enough like I'm a dragon.
It seems like a waste in one spot.
Who knows? It might put out the
Who
entire
knows, yeah.
building at that level.
Yeah.
What level? What dragon does 16d6?
Right.
Like, seriously.
Oh, here we go.
50 damage.
That's actually not a terrible thing, given how many he did. It's not
Yeah.
perfect, but that's a lot of ones, but still.
Okay, how to best describe this? You open your mouth, you summon all of your liquid, and you erupt forth, and then you imbue it further with your arcane might. Your cool, sparkly tattoo markings glow a little bit, pushing a little bit more out of you, as a 60-foot cone erupts out of you. This is more powerful than either one of these things should be. You know that. It's almost as if the combination of both of them together has allowed it to double in size. You probably don't think you could do this very often. You know, this is a very rare thing. I mean, first of all, you had to survive 3 fucking fortitude saves to get here. All of the men, including the captain, they are now frozen solid. And
Oh, good, so they won't respawn. Yet.
theoretically.
Theoretically.
That's a really good point. I need to think about that. And half of the building has been extinguished of flame. Half of it is still very much on fire. But you're halfway fixed it.
Okay, go, 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 go!
You can just walk through now. They're frozen. They
Yeah, we
are
gotta
like
start
human
running.
icicles.
We're not wasting time waiting for the flames to start overtaking the freezing or for anything else to start wearing off. We're just going.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And Vaco is visible now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I look around just as we're dashing through the door to see if there's any other unfrozen guards that see us and are following us in.
No, there was no one else in fourth ring.
Okay, in we go.
All right. I will describe what you see inside of here, and then we'll jump over to Cherry Tree.
I just
all right,
wanna
you
make
step.
a quick introduction.
Yeah.
That weapon breath was more than a great worm white dragon.
Yeah. But once again, it's a
my
lot.
bad.
But remember, this is 3 separate fortitude saves and giving up a 4th level spell. And if this was a normal thing, they would all get reflex saves. But
This is true.
Yeah.
But still,
You know exactly how they're going to move.
pretty damn impressive.
This is very impressive. It's something I highly doubt he'll be able to do ever again, because the fortitude saves get difficult each time. The fortitude save of the third drink is 20. So
he almost failed.
exactly, it's very hard to achieve this. I think it's fair.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that's crazy.
Yes.
It is both.
So, you step inside this building, and what you see, half of it is still very much on fire. The half which you have extinguished, it was on fire. There is nothing but ash. It's a stone floor. There's small piles of ash scattered here, there, and everywhere. This looks like it was some kind of place of worship, a temple. There were like very obviously like signs of pews and places for people to sit and witness. At the very end, still engulfed in the fire, there appears to be some kind of altar. There is a figure in the altar. It appears to be humanoid in shape. It appears to be on fire, but there's something very off-putting and alarming. There is most definitely a humanoid face. I say face, more of a skull. The fire erupting from... Well, you can only see half of it, the other half fire. But from its one eye socket, you can see just deep blue flame erupting. And this person, well, this skull, it seems to be smiling, but it's kind of hard to tell. And it has one word. Well, not one word. Sorry, that's a lie, because I couldn't get everything I want to say in one word, because it has one thing to say to you, and it's got this awful grin on its face, which a skull shouldn't have, because it doesn't have muscles to create a smile, but it somehow does. As it looks at you, and you hear this awful sounding voice. It doesn't sound real. In fact, it almost sounds as if it's being whispered or it's in your own head. This shit is magic, and that is the easiest way to understand it. You dare step into this holy place. Now, we will all burn forever. Roll initiative.
I was hoping to kind of bypass this, but fuck.
Nope. We're gonna die. That's a 20 for initiative.
20, 11, and his, it's, he got 13. All right, but we'll jump over to Team Cherry Tree, who are climbing to get to a tree. All right, so first and foremost, Gen3 and Keldor, you can just get up another 90 feet, because Gen3 is going to keep rope tricking. So you can get that. You can get 150 feet up, no problem. Done. Kid, are you still climbing like a fool?
See, that's the time when we were sitting there, and I was talking to Meat Sprinkles about what these little fish people had. And he said that the toes were the best part of it. And so I'm sitting here talking to the bird woman the entire time.
Yeah, she's just going,
what?
And so we just thought, what if we cooked them up? And then Meat Sprinkles suggested that we shouldn't cook them up, we should just eat them raw. And I had one and it wasn't very good, but he just can't get enough of this stuff. Anyway, after we got done with that, we sat there and we thought about the fact that a dolphin from the heavens ended up killing the giant Satan fish. And we kind of felt a little betrayed by that because we could have done better. But it all ended up being okay because right at the end of that, we had a big fight for no reason, and that's when I learned my mentor was a dragon.
You understand
you mean when you
why
almost
I
took us all?
have great difficulty believing most of the things you say, yes?
I mean, if you want to get the cleric up here and have her zone of truth me, you'll find that I do not. I find the best method is not to lie, but to just let the sheer magnitude of your decisions that you've made, vary with a clear head, reflect upon how you've behaved. Yeah, sure. I'm about to start talking about y'all, so you might want to put your voice in on that.
So, the bird lady, she is baffled because literally everything you have ever described to her seems like this serves no higher function. This is self-indulgent. This is a quest for vengeance. None of these things make logical, realistic, palpable sense to her.
Oh yeah, we stopped having a reason for anything about a month ago.
Must be strange. I suppose I can't relate, but I could maybe empathize with the concept no longer having a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I guess put it like this. What if you decided just one day to not do anything? That wall of wind will make damn sure nothing gets up here. It took us nearly everything we had.
Well, I maintain the Valley Gales. That is my duty.
Okay. Have you ever considered not doing that and seeing what happens?
Then we'd be wide open. Anybody could walk through here.
Yeah, but you
Get
got
to
like
know
more than
people.
you got like a mile.
We have no proof that it wouldn't kill us to try.
And I have no proof that if I fell from this tree, I wouldn't die. It's a very high possibility. But I have no proof of that.
But then why would you risk falling?
Feel the wind between my ears?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You are a puzzling boy.
And you're a stick in the mud. Which is funny considering that you can fly as well as you do.
I do not understand this reference. What is mud?
What is
Wet
stick?
dirt. And you are the stick.
Is this suggesting that it is something that does not move, or I do not understand what this is.
Oh, you can move a stick in the mud. It's just not going to do it by itself.
This analogy is... it seems flawed.
It's really hard to get a stick out of the mud. I'll tell you that. You got to really pull at it in order to get it off, and even then, it's still got some of the mud stuck on it. But then again, you can use it to write on the walls. So I guess it does have something.
Okay. Do you not think you should be focusing on your climbing? Still have a very arduous task ahead of you, my child.
Well, I mean, the others are a little bit ahead of me, and at any moment, I could just decide that I want to swap places with Sugar. That's my safety line.
Okay.
Besides...
do you want to make a climb check?
Sure. Let's see. Come on, climb. Don't let me down. I've got a plus 14 to this shit right now.
Boom. Once again, just making it look easy. Just casually.
Besides, I tend to focus really well as long as I'm not actually paying attention to what I'm doing.
There is a sense in that. A task does not feel so... taxing or so tedious when the mind is wandering elsewhere.
I mean, I guess if you had to be here for 200 years or so, I can only imagine where your mind has wandered.
My mind has wandered many places. I've seen many things in my mind.
Yes, but have you seen a person who was naked in the bath?
Not in many years, no.
And what is stopping you once again?
I hold my vigil.
Yes,
My
once
God.
again, you were being stopped by a tree.
It's
A
not
stick that is in the mud, and you are now being stopped by a stick in the mud, which you have already defined as a purposeless task. I believe we are done here.
Going easy, 80. Thank you for the follow.
Woo! Thank you. With that, she just kind of like, huh. Well, if we are done here, I will allow you to complete your trial.
I shall do so with gusto.
Good luck to you, strange, foolish Jarl. And she just, lets her wing, like, rise above her head, and she slowly starts to descend. Meanwhile, Keldor, Genthry, you're 150 feet up. You can look around. You can, you definitely feel this is about the halfway point. All right, nice. We're halfway done. Kid, with that 30, you are approximately, a good 90 feet. You're 60 feet behind them. But you're climbing, like, you're doing it the real way. Keldor, could you make a spot check for me, please?
Alrighty. 17.
Nice. As you look around, in all the other mountainsides around you, because this pillar, was in the center of like this big gorge, and there's a bunch of other cliffside around you, surrounding you on all sides, basically. You're starting to see semblance of caves here and there amongst them, but there doesn't appear to be much activity. Doesn't appear to be as if anything is coming in or out of them as of yet. Maybe these are old ones and the new ones are higher up. Maybe nothing ever lived here. They're just naturally forming caves. But there appears to be empty caves surrounding the gorge all around you at this point.
Cool.
How do you and Gensley try and proceed further?
So I have that rope that's tied around my waist.
Yeah, go right ahead. Roll a climb check.
No, not ones. Okay.
20. Yeah, wonderful. You get a good solid 20 feet up. And when you get up there, what does Genfrey have? Can he do anything that'd be helpful? Oh, wait, how far? 2 minutes per level. I don't think it's got a good fly speed, though. No, 10 feet. Yeah, he can do that if he needs to in the future. I mean, 2 minutes per level. He could just take a gaseous form and just go, woo, and float on up.
Just like that, eh?
Yeah. So that's, yeah, you know what? Very slowly. Like, you can climb faster than he can fly. But he's just going, woo. He's going to be giving encouraging words. Yeah, come on, friends. Believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on, friends.
Come on, friends. If you want... Oh, no, I can't because I'm in corporate currently. So I can't even give you a drink. But I can say if I could give you a drink, I would give you a drink.
Well, what's better than that, really?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, literally anything, but...
So, You know what? Before I let Keldor and Kid roll a couple more climb checks, let's jump all the way back down to the ground floor with Primrose and Eliza, who, at this point, you know, both parties are about 100 feet up in the end it all.
I mean, that would be my choice.
I don't know what you want to do. And Rebecca, if you're trying to speak, we cannot hear you. Your mic has done the dumb thing again.
There she goes. There she is.
Screaming.
Yay!
There we go.
She was screaming again.
Screaming.
She's gonna have a bloody heart attack by the end of this show. I swear to God.
No.
Don't do that. We like
So,
to laugh.
No.
What were you wanting to do /say who as a player want to learn about? Like, what is your question? Like, what interests you?
Primrose will look up to Lady Thea.
Just call it Lady Thea.
Yeah. You said the wheel is turning on its own?
It should be.
According to Crazy Dwarf Man, it's not.
Well.
I mean, we just met them, so who fucking knows? But I don't know. It's difficult.
Well, when I say the wheel should be turning, you needn't require our help. Millennia ago, when my people and the Elvish people were close, in order to save on time and effort, an agreement was made. So every year, they didn't have to send their champions to engage in ritual and acquire an apple for themselves. And we wouldn't have to keep engaging in various things. We agreed that we would give them a seed so they could control and undergo the returning ritual independently. And that has been the duty of them. That has been what the elves have been in charge of doing for countless generations. To now learn that they're all gone is troubling, to say the least.
True. Seems the humans really fucked it up.
I'm not keen on the kingdom of man.
No, not
As you,
I.
what did you call them? A human.
Yes.
Seems a silly name for a silly people.
I mean, this one is cool. Post to Eliza.
Ah, yes.
You
kind of.
Yes, the one you're stopping.
What?
Stooping?
It would. Stopping.
Yeah, there we go.
Take it, this is my mate.
Lady, don't understand. How can you tell that her temperature is lower?
I like this one.
I don't get it. What did I say?
Nope. I mean,
one of the good ones.
I suppose it would be unfair to argue that each and every being has its preferences. Each caterpillar has a favorite leaf. Each bird has a favorite branch to make a nest from. Although it might seem arbitrary to another, I don't see how anybody could tell any difference between any of the humans. They all seem so foolish and fragile. But it is not my place to judge your preferences, so.
I mean, half elf, half human likes human. I don't see it. We're off topic.
You're the only one who acknowledges it.
The wheels. So, okay, so now that the elves are no longer here, did the wheel stop turning? Do you know?
Well, it is the job, I suppose, was the duty of them to perform the rituals. You know, they're sages and druids and ovates, and they would. There was an agreement that the elves would take the management of the land. My people would take the management of the skies, and others took the management of the seas. It's a shame. Bring an end to everything.
I mean, it doesn't.
Scrawny one. He seems to be conquering this, showing his strength through his use of magic and the what are they called? The one with more hair.
A gnoll, I believe.
I've never seen these creatures before, but he also seems to be getting on and seems to have a level of practicality. The other confuses me. I don't understand what he.
It's okay. He confuses all of us. That's normal behavior.
Okay. Is it normal to talk of sticks and mud and to make demands of looping loops? He also decided to draw a picture for some reason just to destroy it. This is baffling. It held no practical use.
Prim looks to Eliza and looks back to Lady Thea. Like, I mean, that seems normal, right? I think that's normal for a kid. That's pretty normal.
It all seems so strange, so self-indulgent. These things.
I know, right? It's so weird.
None of it makes sense. Why would anybody do something only for themselves and not for the betterment of the whole?
You've been to the world, right?
No. I have been here for 200 cycles.
Right. That.
Well, when humans make society, sometimes some humans, the dead Fife at this point, from what I understand, is a dick, and human dicks are not fun. No.
They just come right off.
I'm baffled by your connotation. In this sense, we are referring to the phallus as a negative thing. Yes.
Yeah, it usually is.
I think that seems slightly unfair, but okay.
I mean, that's my preference. I don't. That's just how I am. I don't know.
Oh no, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to preferences. Sorry, I'm just I cannot fathom how anybody put their own personal desires against helping in society. Take, for example, like, imagine if somebody lived their entire life wandering from place to place, doing anything they liked, not having a home in which they participated in, not having close familial bonds to which they partook and worked and helped provide for, instead just decided, I wish to explore for my own selfish desires. Wouldn't that person inherently be a bad person?
Prim gets real quiet and gets real quiet. I mean, not if they shut up.
Oh.
Not if they learn from their mistakes.
No, it's not about mistakes and anything like that. Everybody makes mistakes. Approximately 172 cycles ago. You wouldn't believe this. It's actually quite amusing when I think about it. I inadvertently made the Valley of Gales blow the wind in the opposite direction that day. It was
did you?
a hilarious mistake. We all had a good chuckle about it. Well,
I
I
think
say
as
we
she's
all. I've not spoken to anybody in 200 years.
as she's talking, can like Prim just casually hold a cup of tea to her?
While you're climbing.
And she'll just go like, "Oh, beverage.
It's really good.
Don't think I've drank.
You should
No,
try
since I broke up
some.
my vigil, I've sustained myself on magical prowess alone.
Hot leaf juice is very good. I'll tell you that right now.
It's true. The art of alpine brewing has really been lost on today's day and age.
Make you feel real good.
She reaches down and takes the cup. And she just goes, "Oh, strange. What function does it serve?"
As I just said, it makes you feel real good, and it's also sometimes tea can be medicinal. It can be calming. It can put you to sleep. It can make you super frick hyper. It's a difference. It's a good thing, tea.
Hmm. The only thing I've ever partaken is water, because that is survival.
This is water, but there's
But
leaf in it.
yes, and that it seems. Is the leaf necessary?
I mean,
Seems impractical. Water is from the earth; it exists. You find it, and it quenches you. It helps you survive. I'm assuming you don't just find this tea water.
no, but like, imagine if you're, well, no, if you are not, like, you're feeling really crappy that day, and you're
What
not
is
having
feeling
a good day.
crappy?
Okay, you're not having a good day.
What is good?
Oh God, okay.
Therein lies the problem.
You can't fly well that day.
I'm not looking at the Discord, but I just heard somebody facepalm.
Well, if my ability was impaired, then obviously I would seek aid.
Then you could drink some tea. Some tea has some, again, medicinal properties to make you feel better.
But
Yeah.
but if I was ailed in some way,
Drink some tea. Great.
I don't
It's not like
see
a
how
fucking
tea water
butcher.
would fix my balance. If my wing was damaged, one of the those who have furthered their arts in the study of medicine would they would pray to the mother, and the mother would grant them prowess, and they would share some of that divine energy to me in a reasonable and practical sense, as much as they could reasonably give up at that moment to give to me,
Yeah, but
regarding
like,
whether or not my part is relevant or worth the time and effort they are giving to me.
right, but imagine, have you been in pain before?
I have
But
felt
think
many
about
pains.
this.
I have felt the pain of
Okay.
losing a loved one when their time was come, although that pain was softened upon knowing that they are returning to the mother and that their duty was fulfilled.
I'm talking
I,
about like physical bodily pain.
I have been stabbed many times.
Okay. I mean that's a pretty big pain, but okay. Uh,
Not bring this up
I mean,
also
I'm
fuck.
talking real pain.
talking
I
about
too have
like,
been stabbed many times.
well,
This was
okay.
a part of my training. That pain was
Uh,
necessary. Just as we must learn to not touch the fire. We touch it, we learn it is hot. We therefore practically learn you do not touch the hot thing. This
I
is a
mean,
practical lesson. In fact, we are taught from, we are encouraged to find things that hurt us young. So then we do not do it again, because if we hurt ourselves, we cannot perform our task as is needed. If we willingly rush headlong into danger, then we are putting ourselves and the entire flock at risk.
true. Back to tea though. So, like, if I mean, Prim loves tea. This is in character for them.
uh,
Or like we're out of time, though, aren't we?
did you know that if you go some places, they will actually read your future in the dregs of your tea?
Like a little bit less stabby pain, but more like achy pain. Like your back always hurts pain. You drink some tea, and it's amazing. You don't feel no more pain for like a week, like a couple hours. Nice.
I have never experienced that kind of.
Oh, you're so lucky. My back hurts all the fucking time.
This got surprisingly real.
Yeah.
She just kind of looks at Primrose and goes, "Then you are operating below your expected function.
I'm really old. That's why.
So you are a detriment to the flock."
God damn it! What the fuck?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, I don't think. I like Prim looks at Liza. I don't think so. I don't know. Am I?
No.
Okay,
No, of course
good.
you're not.
Good. I don't understand you very much.
To waste energy on such frivolity is not something I would choose to do. But it is not my place to pass judgments on somebody who
God, you
would.
need to get drunk or something. Jesus.
What is drunk?
It's amazing. It's really good.
What is
Miss Maxon.
amazing?
Let me
I
know
am
if any of these
confused by
test
you.
makes contact with her.
Confused by me? Oh, that's the problem.
Well, that long discussion about tea has, I think, pretty much brought us to time by the looks of it. I'm
But
not.
you did get some insight into Prim's character, though.
Yeah.
And past.
Character.
Well, that's okay.
Past.
I'm not going to judge you for the decisions you make. Fuck you. Get drunk, bitch.
They're too
I
old
don't
to
agree
care
with what you
anymore.
do. I think what you do is weird and strange and silly, but that's what you do. I would never do it. Fuck you!
Yeah. That's exactly what that was.
It's wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for tuning
Oh
in.
man.
I'm trying to do the sign out. I'm being a professional.
Never.
I have been the Bardic Knock. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube all under the said name, where I do the things. Welcome to the party. You can also follow them on all various platforms: Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Twitter is at Welcome Party RPG. Patreon link is below, and in the chat, if you do !Patreon, it'll give you information there. YouTube is youtube.com/Welcome to the Party, and Twitch right here at twitch.tv/Welcome Party RPG.
Yes.
We also give a huge thank you once again to our sponsors, Tabletop Loot, Devon Rue, and So Nerdware. Thank you so much for everything that you do. It's great. And with that, players who have things they would like to tell us about, like Archer. Archer, what things do you do on the internet be more interested in and should do?
I have an Etsy shop where I do beadwork, like this lovely hair clip that I have here. Just made this for someone. And currently, it's all 10% off if you follow the link I'm sticking in chat. So yeah,
Boy.
check it out. You want anything? Just buy it.
That's how economy works.
I can make any design you want, so
And two people, both
Yes,
of which
Cody.
have designed Kid the Dark Horse, otherwise known as the guy who has been attempting to spit upon them for the last couple minutes.
Oh, righty. And Rebecca, you also have a deviant, don't you?
I do. It's under Lundana, Lundana.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. We are going to go and raid somebody. I know Castle Max on. I think they are now doing Call of Cthulhu. So that's going to be a bit of a shock to anybody watching
I've
it.
played Call of Cthulhu.
I've not actually played it either. Like, it's one of those.
I'm gonna go on attacking though, like Cthulhu attacking.
What he said.
I almost understood that.
It's just one of those things. I've never personally had it. I don't know. There's lots of things where I go like, maybe, but then also effort. So
Yeah, we don't play 3.5 because we're all about learning new systems.
So you know what? We are gonna go raid Castle Mac anyway. Raid Castle Mac, and they're lovely. I think it's a brand new game as well. I think it started either this week or last week. So
Nice.
that's what we're gonna go do.
Maybe I'll check that out too.
Yeah, I'm gonna click the button. There we go. It's doing the thing. And until next time, stay safe and happy adventuring. Oh, God.